Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Denmark Aranas, a postgraduate medical intern. I basically provide informative videos to medical students, and also I would like to give aspiring Filipino physicians an idea of what a med student usually tackle in med school. If you find these videos helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be updated for my new videos. For today, I'll be discussing the CPC of Cushing's syndrome. First of all, I would like to clarify that a syndrome is not equivalent to a disease because a syndrome is just a constellation of signs and symptoms, and it could be related to several diseases. A Cushing's syndrome is a hormonal disorder wherein the body produces high levels of cortisol in the body, affecting other organ systems. And we have to be familiar with this syndrome so that we could early detect the cause of the increase in cortisol levels and to manage well our patient. So this is the overview of our CPC, and we'll be discussing each of these by section. So let's start. The associated conditions to Cushing syndrome would be classified according to ACTH. First, the ACTH-dependent conditions include pituitary corticotrope adenoma or ectopic ACTH secretion involving other tumors aside the pituitary, or it could be ACTH independent. And among this, the most common cause would be the iatrogenic um, use of cortisol, the intake of exogenous glucocorticoids for a long time. And then it could also be associated with adrenocortical adenoma, adrenocortical carcinoma, nodular adrenal hyperplasia. All of these conditions would lead to chronic exposure to excess glucocorticoids. And as you can see here, the chronic exposure to high cortisol levels affect multiple organ systems, including the muscle, the skin, the bone, the heart, even the reproductive system, our immunity, and even the central nervous system. So we'll be discussing this uh, by one. Let's start with the effect the body fat. The cortisol would increase the glycogen synthesis and decrease lipolysis because of its chronic exposure to the hormone that would lead to increased fat deposition and redistribution, as manifested in a patient would be moon phases, buffalo hump, and central obesity. As for the muscle and the skin, the cortisol would induce a high protein catabolism. The muscle now would have poor development, leading to muscle wasting and proximal myopathy. As for the skin now would be thin and prone to scarring. And that would be manifested in the abdomen of our patient with Cushing's syndrome, the purple striae, and the easy bruising in the extremities, and in the head, thin scalp hair. As for the bone, the cortisol would induce increased bone resorption, leading to the manifestation of osteoporosis. As for the cardiovascular system, the increase in aldosterone effects include high sodium um, and water retention. That now would increase the cardiac output and would lead to hypertension. This now would lead to cardiac hypertrophy and edema. As for the reproductive system, the increased androgen effects include hirsutism and acne. And the increase in testosterone levels would lead to suppression of gonadotropins. That now would lead to the manifestation of amenorrhea in women and decreased libido also. As for the immunity, the cortisol now would act as immunosuppressive, That now would manifest in the patient as being prone to infection. In the CNS, central nervous system, there would be changes related to the increase in hormone levels that now would might be manifested by irritability and depression. So there's a varied signs and symptoms in Cushing syndrome. And the cortisol really is a potent hormone that affects a lot of body systems. This now would be the source or reference, the discussion, the 28th edition, Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine. If you want more specific details and further discussion, please do read from this book. I would like to leave you with this message. Valuing own self is never selfish, all for self respect. Thank you for listening and have a good day.